I didn't know how this background was going to work out. I just got out of the shower. I'm off duty on Wednesdays. And you see my Electra statue, my Bullseye statue, my yellow Daredevil statue, and my little Figment figurine. Figment was the Epcot mascot who came out the same year I came out, 82. You're also seeing Paul Abrams' art. I met him in person in 95, and a minute later I met the late Joe Sinnott, who's doing Hulk versus Sting behind us. Yeah. My cousin who passed away last year, Joe Sinnott, passed away the same day she did, and I'm going to mention her sister in this video. Okay. I am finding Pride Month disturbing. Now, I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to defend the position. First and foremost, there's a saying in America, Memorial Day is one day, Pride Month is 1 month. Okay? And Memorial Day fell on Monday the 31st this year, and the very next day was Pride Month. So the guys that died defending your freedom get 1 day, and the guys that are homosexual get 1 month. Well, see, I do have 2 cousins that are gay. The cousin who passed away last year, her sister is gay and married. Another cousin, same side of the family, is a guy. He's gay and not married. And I know what you're going to say about, well, marriage is a man and a woman, so it's technically not marriage. Okay, fine, whatever, great. First and foremost, I had a friend of mine, and most people that know me or know of me know his name, Staff Sergeant Courtney Hollingsworth, killed in action back at Iraq, September 9th, 2007, age 26. Okay? Most of my friends and people that know me will know that I have referred to him many times as the bravest man I've ever known. Okay. Now, and also we have D-Day, which was the 7th, and the 6th, rather, I'm sorry, the 6th. Now, today is June 9th, which marks 77 years to the day that my grandfather came to shore. Now, my grandfather was the engineers, and he was on a ship off coast for the major battle that is now mythology. And he told me about the screaming, the horror, the flames, the fire, just absolute horror stuff. 3 days later, he came ashore with the engineers, and he made up for lost time. The minute he came ashore, he saw a boot in the water, picked it up with a leg attached to it. If you've seen Saving Private Ryan, Saving Private Ryan is a fictional story. It is kind of, sort of like loosely based on fact, but the foundation of Saving Private Ryan is a fictional story. Now, the scene on June 9th where they're talking about the landmines and the big minefield, well, before the movie was even thought of, my grandfather told me about that minefield. Because when they said we marked and called the engineers, my grandfather went into that minefield. And the punchline was a guy had his leg blown off, and they said, just get out of here. My grandfather decided to rope it off entirely and just go around the fucking thing. And the higher-ups, the brass, said, good idea. You know, that minefield was so dangerous, it could have killed more guys in actual battle. That was not a joke, that landmine field. That landmine field. Okay? And I also posted this year that there were 5 men from my hometown who were killed on D-Day. There was one gentleman from my hometown got the Silver Star on D-Day. Okay? Now, so that's why I think that it's kind of wrong we honor the guys that fell in battle one day, the guys that are still active one day, the guys that are discharged one day, but the gay community an entire month. Now let's talk about the gay community for a minute, shall we? This country was founded on Judeo-Christian values, but virtually every law, with the exception of the law that says you can't sell alcohol before noon on Sunday, virtually every single law in this country has a basis in just secular morality. Okay? You don't need the Hindu god or the Christian god or the Egyptian god to tell you that slavery is wrong. It is wrong for you to hold another human being in bondage. That's wrong. You don't need God to tell you that. You figure that out for yourself, okay? It's wrong to murder people, okay? It's wrong to rape people, okay? It's wrong for one class of people to be higher and another class to be lower. That's wrong from a moral standpoint with God aside, okay? You don't need to read the Bible, the Torah, the Quran in order to know that, okay? So most of our morality laws are based in fact aside from religion. Now, the question, I know that the Bible says homosexuality is a sin, okay? But if we're talking about a country where religion and politics are separated, okay? Unlike Saudi Arabia, for instance. The gay community basically had a good point. The blacks have their rights, the women have their rights, we're our rights. And the gays march for equality, the gays petition for equality, the gays lobby the state legislators, the gays file grievance with the Supreme Court, and stuff like that. And the concept was not the marriage in the eyes of God, the legal protection of marriage, because marriage is between God and the couple. But the law itself offers married couple protections. If you're in the hospital, the doctor can legally talk to your spouse. If you have a nice job that offers spousal benefits, your spouse can get benefits from the spousal benefits. Your job, your pension, your social security may be able to dictate your spouse will get this. A lot of gay couples wanted to enjoy these spousal legal benefits. A lot of times you have a gay guy in the hospital and his boyfriend will come. And the doctor says, you're his boyfriend, not his wife, I can't talk to you. So the guy's parents would come or siblings would come and the doctor would say flat out, I'm going to talk to his biological parents or his biological siblings, and if you want to listen in, they can give you permission to listen in. But I can't talk to you directly. So the gays wanted to make sure that when they're in the hospital, their partner can legally talk to the doctor. The gays wanted to make sure when they die or when they get sick, there is some legal protection for their partner. And that was the foundation of gay marriage. And I was the first person to say, marriage aside, the gays should have some form of civil protection by law, if not by God himself. Now, Pride Month is really getting disturbing. Okay? Because it's no longer about gay, it's about evil. I'll explain that. I saw a story a while ago, I forget where it was, where there was a child in a gay nightclub. And most of the gays got up and said, we're gay, we're not child molesters. And they walked out. Okay, we are seeing transgenderism, homosexuality, bisexuality, and fetishism imposed on the young. Okay, we have the drag queens going to school, going to the library, reading to 5-year-olds. I have a cousin who watched Blue's Clues. Ever Blue's Clues? It was after my childhood, but I have a cousin who is now well into adulthood who watched it when she was younger. Okay? She's a couple years younger than my older niece. 25 or 26, I think. Okay? And that's how I know Blue's Clues. Blue's Clues was doing a song, a rhyming song, intended for you to be able to memorize it, about gay, lesbian pride, all the bullshit, transgenderism, okay, stuff like that. Gender transformation. We are allowing children as young as 4 to undergo medical procedures and take medication to change their gender. Okay? You cannot get a tattoo until your 18th birthday. In my hometown, the tattoo company that I got this from, and one of my first tattoo on my leg, that company has said, we will not give you a tattoo until your 18th birthday, period. And they've had 17-year-old guys come in with their parent, one parent with a signature, and they said, we don't care what you sign. Because the law in my state says tattoo, 18, period. And you'll have a guy who's 17 with his dad. They'll go into some tattoo shop, get a tattoo, and then his mom will find out about it, and his mom will call the Board of Health, Licensing Commission, okay, City Health Inspector, and they'll all say together, the law says 18. We don't give a shit what you signed. Okay, drinking is 21. Tobacco used to be 18 in this state, now it's 21. Some states 18, some states 21. Okay, I cannot take a child to a bar and sign permission for them to get drunk. Okay, so we don't allow kids to drink, get tattoos, gamble, smoke tobacco, but we allow them to do transitional therapy, transition to be gay, have their genitals mutilated, have their bodily functions changed, and that change cannot go back. Okay, so I can get a tattoo on my arm of a big ass. Okay, and I can say I don't like that tattoo. Let me either get it laser removed or cover it up. And the tattoo shop that I have in my hometown, they can do cover-ups or laser removal for like gang tattoos and shit like that, or your ex-wife's tattoo on your hand. Okay, yeah, they can do that. If you transition your gender, that's it. You can't go back. It's a one-way trip. And you're making it at age 9. Okay, I'll give you another example. As you can see, I like comic books. In fact, I mostly make videos with the camera on top of this unit here, where there are comic book albums. You can also see in the corner that cabinet, if you look below 2 shelves, more comic book albums. And that top shelf there, okay, the top shelf that I'm pointing to now, that top shelf has a couple of graphic novels and hardcover books on it, comic books. I like comic books. There was a comic book warehouse that I have been buying from since before eBay. In the olden days, I just went on the website and found comics and ordered them, okay? I was on their Facebook page one time. The owner is married with children, but he's also a drag queen. Okay, you want to dress up as a woman and go to a club, you're an adult, that's your right as an American. But a picture I saw of him with fellow drag queens, one of his fellow drag queens was 8 years old. And I'm like, wow, you're so brave, you're such a hero. And I said, I am unfollowing this page, effective immediately. I am unfollowing your website in all its forms. I shall never buy another comic book from you ever again. I don't give a fuck if you're selling Action Comics 1 for $3. I will never patronize you again. I said, I don't care that you're a drag queen, that's your business. But what the fuck are you doing with an 8-year-old boy in drag in the picture? Okay? We as adults have every right to do what we want. And the definition of adult is 18 years old. And some people may be 17, whatever, but adult, okay? Adult. Now, I've seen people that like whips. I've seen people that like feet. I've seen people like trampling, licking, all this crazy shit. In fact, heterosexual guys and girls are the biggest freaks around. They're worse than the gays. Okay? But what you do with other adults behind closed doors is your problem. But you do not have the right, nor should you have a right, to involve a child in it. Okay? Now, maybe if he's 17 and she's 16 and he licks her feet, okay, maybe I'll say, send them to counseling, tell them to wait till they're older, stuff like that, okay? Yeah, okay? Or if she whips him, or if it's underage kids together, I might say, let's go get counseling, okay? But what I'm seeing is I'm seeing grown adults that are older than I am, that are engaging in deviant behavior with kids as young as 7, 8, 9 years old, okay? They're in strip clubs, they're in gay clubs, they're doing drag queen shit, okay? They got 5-year-old kids in classrooms, in libraries, that having fucking drag queens come in and, okay, there was a fucking drag queen book that was geared towards 5-year-olds. Okay, what the fuck is going on here? Okay, this is beyond that shit. Okay, I don't care if you as an American citizen feel you should be gay. Okay, I don't care, but you have a right to be gay. You have a right to be bi. Okay, if some guy says to me, I'm gonna have these women come in my bedroom and they're gonna tie me down and whip me and step on me and I'm gonna lick their feet and I'm gonna suck their toes. Okay, that's fine. You're an adult. You can do that. Fine. Okay. If some guy says to me, I like guys and I'm gonna bend over and 10 guys are gonna fuck me in the ass. Okay, that's fine. You're an adult. They're adults. You feel like that you feel you want to do that. That's fine. Okay, that's your business. Okay, you like doing that stuff. That's cool. You're an adult. You can do that stuff. Okay. But when I hear them say, well, I'm going to bring my 9-year-old cousin into it, then we got a problem. Okay, if I ever saw you in person involving a child in your sexual deviancy, I would call the police immediately. Okay? And I saw a picture of a 3-year-old boy in a club, and the stripper was tonguing him. And the guy that showed it, he's a father, he's a little older than me. He said to me, imagine if that was a guy with a 3-year-old girl. Okay? So it does work both ways. The sexual deviancy towards children does work both ways. Okay? You have adult women that are making out with little boys. Okay? You have adult men doing drag with little. Okay? It works both ways. Okay? It's not just gay shit. Okay? Or bi shit. Okay? It's straight shit too. Okay? And it's wrong. Okay? It's deviant behavior and it's wrong. Okay, it is disgusting, okay? There should be investigations. People should go to prison, okay? You should be registered sex offenders, okay? This is fucking wrong. And parents, if you allow your 8-year-old kid to be a drag queen, you belong in jail. If you give hormones and transition shit therapy and medication to your 3-year-old or your 4-year-old, you belong in jail too. Period. Okay? This behavior should be reserved for adults, period, okay? We should not be having books that are geared towards 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds, okay? We should not be having Blue's Clues songs about transgenderism, okay? That is bullshit, okay? You're turning children into deviants and it is wrong, period, end of story, okay? If you want to be a deviant yourself, that is your right as an adult. But you're doing it with little kids, and you're fucking wrong, and you're disgusting. Thank you, goodbye.